All right, here's some breaking news coming in from Karnataka. Quite naturally, Eshwarappa now calling this false propaganda against him. These are stunning statements coming from Eshwarappa. Remember, this comes even as an FIR has been filed against Eshwarappa for abatement to suicide. In the suicide note, the contractor Santosh Patil has directly blamed Eshwarappa for harassment, for trying and seeking bribe only to clear off his bills. And that's why in that suicide note, he claims he's killed himself and blames this entirely on Eshwarappa. Eshwarappa now calling that suicide note itself as false propaganda against him. In fact, Eshwarappa has also said that he has informed Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai as well as the party president that there is no question of his resignation. Eshwarappa has been a man in controversy right the time he's jumped into the political fray. He's been a man that has been attached with several controversies in the past. There have been many times in the past that the opposition has been gunning for his resignation. But this time it appears that the spotlight is on Eshwarappa, and it seems like it's quite hard for him to justify this case where he's been directly blamed for suicide. The man Santosh Patil and his family, Santosh Patil in his suicide note and the family of Santosh Patil extensively saying they're not even going to touch the body of their beloved unless and until Eshwarappa is arrested. Eshwarappa calling this entirely false propaganda against him. Let me cut across to Nolan Pinto joining us for more on that. Nolan, this is, of course, a natural statement and a reaction coming from Eshwarappa saying that he's innocent, this is false propaganda, and that he's not going to resign. Eshwarappa, even in the past, we've heard him say similar statements with so much calm and confidence that I'm not going to resign. Let the opposition scream as much as they want to. I will not resign. This time, what's different is that an FIR has been filed against him. The opposition, in fact, has been gunning for his resignation or for him to be sacked and have been gherowing the Chief Minister's residence, Bombai's residence. We hear that the BJP High Command right now is mulling over sacking him. Many of the Bommai cabinet members are now trying to appeal to their Chief Minister, saying Eshwarappa is bringing embarrassment to the BJP in Karnataka. Now, it seems like all the odds are against him. What does the BJP plan to do? Have you heard from the BJP top brass?
Well, in fact, as of now, like you rightly stated, it is a big embarrassment, a huge embarrassment for the Bommai government over here, because for a very long time, the opposition has been gunning for Eshwarappa. Basically, they wanted him to resign for a number of issues, from the flag controversy and now this. Now, even during the assembly session, when the first letter came out that it was written to the Prime Minister, 40% commission was being asked by Eshwarappa. No action was as such taken. Eshwarappa then filed a defamation case against Santosh. In fact, Eshwarappa says, where is the need to ask for commission when no job order was actually given to Santosh, the deceased? So this is his argument as of now. And he also says that's a WhatsApp message. It cannot be taken as a death note. But now this is what happens with the opposition. Leader of the opposition, former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who himself is a lawyer and has taught law, says that that particular WhatsApp message which mentions Eshwarappa is responsible for my death, it starts like that, can and will be taken as a death note in a court of law. This is what Siddaramaiah says. And Siddaramaiah, DK Shivkumar and Surjewala find fault with how the case is actually being taken. They believe and state,
you know, Nolan,
that
considering that Eshwarappa has been named in that last message coming from that man who's killed himself, ideally on moral grounds, Eshwarappa should step aside and must say that let the investigation go on. If I'm absolved of all the allegations and if I'm clear of that, I will resume my post. What has the BJP leadership said? What have you heard from Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai? We hear that many of the cabinet ministers of Bommai are now lobbying to push Eshwarappa out of the cabinet.
Well, Nabila, they have no other option. If they actually want to douse the flames as to what's happening over here, he needs to resign morally, or even if he does not do so, Basavaraj Bommai, the Chief Minister, has to actually ask him to step down or sack him, because the Congress has decided to take this agitation forward till he is, one, sacked and two, arrested. In fact, they say that Prevention of Corruption Act charges should be actually included in this particular case, because that is the basis or the foundation for this entire case. And that is why tomorrow they will be garroting the Chief Minister's residence on Racecourse Road, and then various teams of the Congress, led by senior Congress leaders, will be going to different districts in Karnataka and the talukas to take this issue and bring it to the people. They say that they will not stop till he is dropped and arrested. So it is the onus now is on the Chief Minister, if he wants some sort of peace and tranquility in the state, that Eshwarappa has to step down and the law takes its own course.
All right, Nolan, I'm going to come back to you on this, but this is indeed massive embarrassment for the BJP unit in Karnataka, as a contractor has directly